As a mom, it can be hard to stay on top of taking care of ourselves, let alone all of these people screaming, well, self-care, self-care. Yeah, it can be a bit much. Self-care and taking care of yourself are not the same thing. They are both important, but if you do them in the wrong order or neglect one and do the other, neither of them are going to really do much good. Taking care of yourself is providing the bare minimum. Taking care of yourself is drinking water, it's taking a shower, it's wearing clean clothes, it's making sure that you have good food to eat. That's taking care of yourself. Like, that's providing yourself with the bare minimum. Like exercising, moving, all of that stuff. That's not self-care. That's the bare minimum. That's like the required amount. Like, those are the required things that you need in order to not only survive, but like be a sane human being. Those are the bare minimum. That is taking care of yourself. Self-care is everything beyond that. Self-care can be putting on a face mask before you get in the shower. Self-care can be listening to a podcast as you fall asleep. Self-care can be waking up a half an hour before your child does so you can sit down and enjoy some peace. Those are two very different things. Both are very necessary. Think of it like this. You have a backyard, a beautiful backyard with this amazing garden, and you need to water the garden. Unfortunately, you don't have sprinklers to water the garden. You have this cute little tin bucket, like those shabby chic tin buckets. Yeah, you have one of those, but it's a little bit leaky. You go to the faucet, you fill it up, but there's so many holes and it's so leaky that by the time you get it to the garden, it's empty. Once you get to the garden and realize it's empty, you start to freak out. You're like, oh crap, I need water. So you run right back to the faucet and you fill it up, and then you run as fast as you can back to the garden, but there's nothing in the bucket left. It's all leaked out. This is what happens when we do self-care. We attempt to do self-care before we take care of ourselves. We try so hard to fill our tank. We are running and running and running to fill our tank and do that self-care and listen to those Instagram quotes and do all of that. But at the end of the day, it's not really getting you anywhere. And in fact, it's probably getting you more exhausted because you're running back and forth to the faucet all day with nothing to show for it. How do we fix the leaky bucket? Well, there's a few different options. You can get a Band-Aid solution. You can put a Band-Aid right over it, and that'll last for a few seconds before the water soaks off the Band-Aid, and then you're gonna try to pour it into your garden, and eventually there's not gonna be as much water left, and you're gonna be dumping a dirty Band-Aid into your garden. Not necessarily something you're wanting to do. But what we can get is that, oh my gosh, you know those infomercials? It's like that black duct tape, but like there's a big tube spitting water and this dude like smacks this black latex tape stuff over it and it stays, even though it's all wet. We can take some of that and we will slap that over the holes. What we do is we go in, and then with all of the holes patched up, we go to our faucet, we fill it up, and then we go to our garden, and then we can water our garden. And there's no rush, even though the bucket is empty. There's no rush to run back to the faucet because you know that your bucket can stay full. So you can enjoy life a little bit, you can enjoy the wildlife, or you can walk back to the faucet and refill it, and you're good to go. And then when those little leaks do come up, when you do realize that there's water leaking, you're not nearly as stressed because you know how to fix them. And I am in no way saying that self-care isn't needed or isn't important. It 100% is important. It 100% is something that should be a priority, but only if it's done in the right order. Doing a face mask is not going to help you if you feel like crap, if you feel disgusting, if you feel like you're not taking care of yourself. It's not going to do anything for you. So you've got to do them in the right order. It's incredibly important for you to show up for your kids, because you can't show up for your kids the way that you need to show up if you are not patched up, if your bucket isn't capable of being full. Because our kids, they need us to pour into them a lot. And if we are always running on empty, eventually no one's gonna get anything. And that's only gonna make the situation so much worse. I want you to comment below and tell me one thing that you can do today to take care of yourself, and then one thing you can do today for self-care. Drop it in the comments below. It's your turn. Drop them below. I'll see you soon.